Hello world, welcome back to my channel. My name's Paul. I'm off to Wiluna today. It's only 180 k's, but I've got 180 k's of this, so it's not going to be a really quick trip. I try to be a bit more careful on these roads, but as you've probably gathered in the last few videos, I just love this country. Just amazing, guys. I've walked it all, backpacks full of rocks, backpacks full of soil samples, dragging geophysics cables, splitting drill samples. Yeah, this is, I can't say any more, but for now, let's roll that intro. Well, I made it, we're in Wiluna. Now, everyone that's in mining's got their story, how they got their start. My friend, back when I was about 18 or 19, was doing seismic, and there was a big brawl on camp and about 10 people got sacked. And my friend said, well, Paul's a traveller, he'll be on a plane tomorrow if you need him. So that's how I started. But then that was 85 or 86, I think, maybe 84. But then the oil prices started looking iffy they ended up dropping. So I started looking for different work away from this company, and I got a job with Chevron Exploration. Came out to this house. This is where we stayed. And I said to the geologist, there's no oil out here, what are we looking for? And he said, I thought you were his jaw dropped. He said, I thought you were an experienced goldfieldy. And after that trip, I was an experienced goldfieldy. That's been my career ever since. Went underground maybe 8 or 9 years ago. Now, this beautiful old building's the old Wiluna pub. Got drunk here many a time. It's now the Shire offices and the visitors centre. They're shut today, it's Saturday, but the girls meeting me here at 10:30. I'm a little bit early, but those rooms out the back are where I'm staying as well. They've got motel rooms here, so I've just got to be patient, wait for her to get here, and we can start our day. Well, the visitor centre girl was a bit shy to get on camera, but that's alright. I can't nag everyone. And you know I never do room tours, but I wanted to do one here because I'm in the middle of the desert. Just amazing. Look at this bathroom. I'm pretty sure these rooms are brand new. Just out the back of the old pub, the Shire offices. And very surprisingly affordable as well, guys. And in the Mika video I told you how the Canning stock route starts in Wiluna, heads up to Halls Creek. It's also the start of the Gunbarrel Highway. This goes straight across the desert to Alice Springs. And yeah, you can see here nearly 2,000 kilometres of dirt like we went on this morning, and there'll be some bad patches in there, I'm sure. The old days it was a terrible road. I've only done it a little bit up there, but I think now it's a lot better, but it's still a pretty rough road through sand dunes and things. Yeah, 52 k's to Jundee. I worked on Jundee for about 3 years, and that's I'm going to take this chance to tell you a little story. And to the family of this guy, please, I'm not judging anything. I'm only telling this story to help other people. But he was a truck driver taking stores out to Jundee, and he missed the turnoff. And instead he tried turning around where he shouldn't have, and his truck got stuck. And instead of staying with his truck, he tried walking back here to Wiluna. Yeah, he's not with us anymore, guys, so please, if something does go wrong, always make sure you've got plenty of water with you when you're out in this part of the world. And if something does go wrong, stay with your vehicle, guys. And if you see here, that little esky there, it's always full of water, sparkling water and ice. So even you can drink the water from the ice afterwards. And as long as you don't overdo it, cold drinks do help cool you down from the core. So yeah, guys, be careful out there, please.
Shout out to Mad Dog Adventures, coming live from Wiluna, 6646 Woodtown, the start of the Gunbarrel Highway. Take it easy, stay blessed.
Guys, being a Saturday, and we really are in the middle of the desert here, Google Wiluna, look at a map of Australia, you'll see this is one of the most isolated places in the world. This is so the reason for me telling you that is everything's shut, but this is the Discovery Centre, the Canning and Gunbarrel, the Canning Stock Route and the Gunbarrel Highway Discovery Centre. You'll learn about the history of Wiluna. I'm really disappointed it's not here. If I'd contacted the Visitors Centre earlier, because I only rang them yesterday, I wasn't sure when I was going to be here. It's a bit harder on this trip than normal. I can organise things. Out the back here is the Kurba. Please forgive me if I've pronounced that wrong, guys. More flies on the lens. That's the art gallery, local people's Aboriginal art gallery. I'll take you across the road here to the youth centre and show you some of that art. Just out the front, just out the front of the Discovery Centre is the local war memorial. And this is the youth centre with some incredible examples of local art. It really is beautiful. Some time and effort have gone into this, and I'd like to show you it all in one big thing, but it's so bright outside and shady in here you wouldn't see anything, but just incredible. And this little building on its own was the first operating theatre in town, but then it was used as the town morgue until the hospital shut down. That's the Discovery Centre right there, the youth centre across the road, and the Visitors Centre will help you with all this stuff, and they've got a really easy to follow tourist map that'll get you everywhere. But all through town is all these little placards, like everywhere we've been this trip, explaining what everything is and all this. This is the original old battery, the gold crusher. There was a lot happened in this town, and again, when I used to work here there was nothing really here, and it's surprising me again how much effort's been put into tourism all over WA. Yeah, that's the local swimming pool just here, which you'll be glad of on a hot day. Today's pretty mild and I'm sweating. But right next to the centre is this information bay, so if the Visitors Centre is shut, if you're here on a weekend like me, this will explain all the history and everything of Wiluna. Guys, this statue is commemorating Warri and Kiatunka, and if I pronounce that wrong, guys, please don't be offended. These guys were brought into town in 1977. They were believed to be the last nomadic Aboriginals in Australia. And in Aboriginal culture, they've got very strong marriage laws. So you belong to a certain skin group. You're born into a certain skin group. You can only marry people of another certain skin group. These guys were the wrong skin. They fell in love, and that's a big, big crime in the Aboriginal culture. So they went out into the desert and they stayed there until they were quite old. And when the locals went out to get them and said, look, you're forgiven, just come back into town, they were very, very old, but considered the last of the nomadic Aboriginals. This is the Pioneer Cemetery. You can see there's quite a bit of effort been put in lately to respect the old people. It was 1898, it's the first grave. This one's 1903. This guy died. He was hit by a stone from a gold firing explosion. Yeah, so this would have been quite full, I imagine. And by the time you see this video, guys, I might be dead, because when Janet sees the state of her car, it's filthy. I think she's going to kill me. And this is the old railway goods shed. If you remember last week in the Mika video, I told you about the big gold theft off the train. This is where it would have left from. And this is the beginning of the Canning Stock Route. 1800 kilometres to Halls Creek up in the Kimberleys. Really beautiful part of the world, guys, the Kimberleys. Hopefully I'll get up there later on this year, but it's a long way. People don't realise how big Western Australia is, but from Perth to Broom's about 3,000 k's. And this is the more modern cemetery, guys. It's Still some old graves in here, but it is also the modern cemetery, the used cemetery, so please treat it with respect. I'm getting a bit sore, guys. This last week is catching up with me, so I think I might knock off here. Look at this, guys. Pouring with rain. Well, it has been. It's just dribbling now. At least the car got a wash. There you go, Janet. I told you I'd wash it. I'm so lucky. If I'd left Meekatharra today, I would never have got here up that road, and it's bitumen for the rest of the trip. Look at this, guys. Pouring. It's going to be storms all day. Look at this weather. That's the Shire offices there. These are the rooms where I stayed. Really nice, guys. Really, really nice. And like I said yesterday, I remember this being the old pub, and it was rough as rough, but they showed me around in there yesterday. Just beautiful. They've got plans to make this into a caravan park, so by the time you guys get here, there might be a caravan park. And I got a phone call last night, guys. I'm back at the Discovery Centre. Caroline rang me up. She works from the Shire. She's going to open up this Discovery Centre for me before I leave. So let's go in and have a look. I was just commenting to Caroline what a beautiful painting this was, and she's told me this is the story of the girls walking the rabbit-proof fence from New Norcia to Wiluna. I've told you that a few times, but there is the movie called Rabbit-Proof Fence. Again, guys, I tell you, look up that movie, watch it. Very, very sad. And I'm in the art gallery now, the Chapulbuck. Apparently I said it wrong yesterday. Look at this. This is amazing, guys. And you'll get in a lot of these sort of towns around Australia where they'll have an art centre like this where all the locals can come in and paint at their will. And some of this stuff, look at this one, unbelievable. And that's not traditional Aboriginal art, but that's my favourite in here. That's just gorgeous. $6,000. This one was a group of artists from the area, all painted their own section. This one apparently is one of the more popular, the echidnas. And everything tells a story. Like if you look at the one over there, that's a whole lot of camps and people standing outside the camp with like the horseshoe looking things. And guys, I could spend hours in here, so I won't fill up space talking about it, but I will. Look at this one. The old man looking up at the stars. Just unbelievable, guys.
Thank you for sharing the journey into Wiluna. It is the best place on earth to live, and it's the best place to visit. Friendly people, lots of history, lots of local colour. See you soon.
And I'll just thank Caroline again for opening up for us. And being in that art centre's reminded me to thank the local Madu people for sharing this amazing country with us. Just incredible, guys. Well, guys, I'm on the road to Leinster now, out of Wiluna. I was just talking to Janet. I don't know what I'm going to do, because with this weather, there's a cyclone off the coast, so it's going to be raining here for maybe a week. So all those places like the Big Bell and all the like the hospital ruins and things that I've been taking you out and showing you, and the tourist drive I did around Meekatharra, I won't be able to do those for the rest of this trip because I can't take this. You've seen the Mazda. So I'm umming and ahhing whether to go home and come back and show you guys all this later on, or whether just to keep going and just show you the stuff in town, because I've shown you a lot of the ruins and everything. But I've got a friend in Leinster. I'm having dinner with them tonight, and I'll make the decision tomorrow morning. And I hit 3 cows up at Halls Creek many years ago. I'm doing about 120 kilometres an hour in a high ace van. I can tell you guys, it's like hitting a brick wall. What an amazing little visit, Wiluna. It'll always have a soft spot in my heart. Beautiful country. It was the beginning of my career. It's the reason I've been able to do the things in my life that I have, thanks to the mining industry. Look at this. We're on our way to Leinster now. Be in Leinster in an hour and a half or so. Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that Mad Dog icon up there or the subscribe button down below. You may as well hit the bell icon while you're down there. I always try and respond to your comments, so leave a comment, give me a big thumbs up, share this video everywhere you can. We'll see you in the next one.